Hello and welcome to Forging the Characters. I'm Shaun and today I'll be showcasing what Eofór can do when it comes to making character minis, walking you through ways to use advanced techniques and other tips and tricks in the character builder. Today I'm working on minis for the upcoming campaign Ancient Antics, DM'd by Emma. It will launch on January the 4th at 6 PM at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg. So, we've got a slightly unusual one in that this is a follow-up campaign, kind of springboarding off the back of a one-shot that we did before Christmas. So this gives me some exciting opportunities to make models based on scenes that happened during the one-shot. I've got a couple of pre-made minis from some of the players, and others I'm going to have to just make from scratch, including my own. I've been saving up to do this because I didn't want to do it twice. So yeah, my plan really is to tweak the ones that I've got existing models of to look more like one of the things that happened during the one-shot. And obviously the scratch builds, I'll be trying to do something unusual, something unique to make them the Hero Forge models that we know and love, completely unique and individual from one another. Let's get forging. Okay. So, I'm going to get started with Zeleny, the Green Knight, played by Tom in the one-shot and the upcoming campaign. So, Zeleny is a Tiefling Paladin, and as you can see, Tom has already designed a model. Tom has designed a model that I'm going to be adapting into the new pose. I've also got the poster art by our very talented artist, G. So I can kind of take some elements of what G did. I'm going to be looking back on what Tom did in the session, in the one shot, and I'll be taking those and combining them into a unique Hero Forge mini in which we capture some of the heroic spirit of our paladin here. Let's get to it. Okay, I think I'm going to call Zeleny's new pose Finito. Cool. Alright, next I'm moving on to Sir Grifphon Certain, played by Liz. Sir Grifphon is a centaur cleric, and the pose that I'm going to be trying to replicate for Sir Grifphon is a more kind of rearing up, powerful position in that kind of tall rather than long is what we're going to go for. So let's start going for it. So I've talked about this in a previous video, but it always it's no harm in saying again, is that one I think of the easiest things to forget when you're making models in Hero Forge is to kind of follow the movement. So you want your axe to be held really high. It's not going to be a case of just raising the arm. Other bones are in play there, so you want to kind of move other things. So in the case of Sir Grifphon, I want to have a nice kind of strong, straight kind of arm, but that's not just going to come from the arm. That's going to come from the shoulder blades here. I've twisted the torso a little bit so that we've got a bit more kind of like that. And I'm about to move the clavicles, because that is again the other thing that I think is easily forgotten. It's it's right at the bottom, but it's actually one of the easiest ways to make a natural looking pose, just to move those up. So we'll see if we can have a natural looking pose for our quadrupedal person. So in exactly the same way that I've raised one clavicle, I need to lower the other one to follow that movement in that kind of pivot. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Okay, moving on. Now we have Sir Thorvald von Liechtenstein, played by David, who is a Goliath, half giant, but Goliath, Eldritch Knight. So, and our second bare-chested character of the evening. So, again, I'm just going to be trying to pull Thorvald into the heroic pose struck in the one-shot. So I've been told that this is more of a kind of muscle man, kind of flexing all of the kind of muscles so that they're all amped right up. I believe that David also cast enlarge, so we'll have a look at whether increasing the size to the utmost max is viable. I might do that last and make a save just in case, but we'll see. And the other thing that David mentioned was possibly have a kind of knuckle cracking kind of thing going on. I don't know how I'll be able to maneuver that and get the muscle beach thing, but I'll give it a go. Well, there are a few too many crystal shards for my liking. I don't want that many, so I'm hiding them. I'll only keep the kind of bigger ones, and I'm just going to hide these others inside, hopefully, inside the other ones. Okay. Well, there's Thorvald normal. Now let's do Thorvald enlarged. There you go, David. Ripley enough for you? I'm going to call that one done. Right, moving on to Tiné, who is Evie's character. Tiné is an Air Genasi sorcerer, dragon blood sorcerer, so got lots of competing bloodlines there with your genies and your dragons and yeah, whatever else. So I've got Tiné's end pose, which was a very kind of Hamilton-esque, like reaching up to the skies kind of thing, but firing off a firebolt, which is eminently possible, I think. And I've got lots of notes on colour, personality type, etc. So, yeah, let's see how we go. So I've just been doing some tweaking just to try and get the pose where I want it. However, I'm slightly concerned that the center of balance seems to be off. You can see if I line up the feet like that, you can see that she's kind of leaning back a bit too much, I think. And yeah, if I show you like that, she's very leany, do you see? So I think I'm gonna have to readjust the torso, bring that center of gravity back over the base of the legs. Okay, we're still a little bit contorted and possibly leaning back a little bit more than I would like, but by twisting the torso, we've kind of brought that shoulder back over the knee. And maybe I'll just bring that a little bit further around, and then I think I might be happy with it. Again, trying to make sure to twist everything slightly equally, because we don't want an extreme contortion. We just want a slightly more relaxed one. But we've got that nice vertical there in the arm from a couple of different angles. And that shoulder, bringing that over the knee just makes that pose a little bit, look a bit stronger, a bit more believable that she's been holding that for 1,000 years. Done a good job. Well done, us. Okay, so I'm now going to work on Eofór Cobb, who is my character. Eofór is a pig folk. Now, I did my best. I was Googling, searching as much as I could through the Hero Forge Creators Guild to try and work out who it was who first came up with the pig folk trick. I couldn't find you. I'm sorry. So if you know who it was, then yeah, please do give me the name, because I'd love to give them the proper credit. But I'm just going to have to celebrate the Hero Forge Creators Guild as a whole, because I can't pinpoint exactly one person who first did this trick. But whoever you are, you're genius. This is a brilliant little thing, and I knew as soon as I saw it that I wanted to make a character who was a pig folk. So now I get to do that. The thing with this particular trick is that I'm going to have to do the rest of the body posing first, because if I do any tweaking before that, it will unravel. So I'm going to be doing the head last, so you get to enjoy that last. As for what I'm going to do first, let's just jump right in, shall we? I appear to have committed the cardinal sin of not getting my proportions in place before I started doing things with the pose. So now I probably would have liked to have a bigger belly, but I'll have to tweak the arrow pose again. I can't ignore it anymore. I have to correct the stuff that I overlooked. I think we're ready to do the head. So, to do your pig folk, first thing you need to do is select the elephantine head. There you go, handsome fella. I'm going to just make my hair choices. Right. So the next thing we need to do is get rid of that trunk, which we do by coiling it around itself a few times, which I think we go this direction. And because we obviously don't want any twisting to and fro, these all need to be set to 0 as well. I think we're ready for some colour. There we go. There's Cobb. Okay, so just to finish off, because I think it's quite nice to just see what the characters looked like in our scene, I'm going to try and replicate G's art as best I can with the characters in our scene maker. I think that's pretty close. Job done.